regular council meeting for March 26, 2019 to order. Will everybody please rise for a flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Brittany, roll call, please.
Mr. Snyder? Mrs. Majors?
Present.
Mr. McGowan? Mr. LaPearl?
Present.
Mr. Wilson?
Present.
Mr. Rebich? Mr. Blenerick?
Present.
Mr. Michael?
Present.
Vice President Schauner? President Boer?
Present.
Mayor Short?
Engineers report, Mr. Sadaka.
Good evening. On my list of projects, the water system, under the water system, we prepared a study, provided it to the manager regarding the fire rates and the fire service connections. So if there's any comments, we'll make the changes accordingly. Also, under the disinfection system, the AccuTab tablet system has been working fine based on what Jared is telling us. So as long as it's working correctly, that's good news. We talked to Jared also about work for a meter at the Anchor Hawking plant. And we're going to work with them in more details. We need additional information because before we finish the design for the meter required. We have a CDBG 80A curb ramp that was bid last year, but was late in the year, and the contractor didn't start work. And we're planning on talking to him to start the work in April. We'll contact him next week. Under the wastewater treatment plant, the control building modification project was completed, and I just talked to Kurt, and everything seems okay. We also have a secondary clarifier project that we're going to start working on it, and hopefully we'll put that out to bid this summer. The other thing for wastewater treatment plant, we worked on the cleaning bar screen. We have a bid package ready, and we'll provide it to Kurt for his review and comments. Last thing I have is this annual reports that we do every year for wastewater and for water reports, Chapter 94 and 110. We'll have them ready and submit them at the end of this week. If you have any questions, I can answer.
Derek?
Yes, Tony, just when you say complete for the wastewater treatment, was that the additional add-ons also? All work is complete?
I think I talked to Kurt. It was all done.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't have anybody there full time, so Kurt was.
Thank you.
Jeff?
Are you available next week?
Yeah, we were talking that Monday, Tuesday's fine. Yes.
Good, thank you very much.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Just Jeff on that Monday, Tuesday, anytime is good. Is there a preference?
Late morning?
See what works and then let me know.
We'll do it. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Tony.
Visitors, Aiden Bender, presentation.
Good evening, members of the Borough.
You
back.
first state your name and address.
My name is Aiden Bender. I live at 1024 Newmark Avenue, Monaca, PA, 15061.
Thank you.
Good evening, members of the Borough. I come back with good news. Scouts BSA has given me all the approvals to commence forward work on my Eagle Scout project in Aniline Park. The next step of the project is securing funding and materials for the Gaga Ball pits. The total cost for the project will be around $2,200 to $2,500. My methods for obtaining donations and funds include asking 84 Lumber, using the link on the Monaca Borough website that was talked about when this project was first proposed, and fundraisers if need be. With good spring weather coming in the upcoming months, I plan on trying to get all materials gathered and start breaking ground by the beginning to mid-May 2019.
Okay. Any questions for Ed?
Yeah, as far as the solicitation of funds, the borough would be glad to put that on the website. Do you have a template that you're thinking about using for it? Or we can help you develop it as well.
Well, Scouts BSA, there's I forget what they do, but it's a piece of paper and you can like send that on the mail, but it has to be that certain type of, I forget the word for it.
That form, and the money will go
Form,
to,
yes.
to that aid.
It'll be like, have the cover of the BSA, then it can say, help support aid and vendors, Eagle Scout Project, go on the Monaca Borough website, click on this link and donate if you wish.
Okay.
We could do that.
And the funds will be made payable to BSA.
Scouts BSA now.
Scouts BSA. Okay. Yep, get us that information and we'll
Yep.
put it up on the website. And I think there's already some members that are looking to make a contribution.
Thank you.
Anything else? Thank you, Aiden.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Any other visitors' comments in regards to items on the agenda? Comments regards items on the agenda? Visitors. Visitor section is now closed. Communications, Mr. Leon.
Thank you, Mr. President. There's one item of communication in your packet, and I'd like to read the letter for the residents in the audience as well. So the letter is from Hillcrest Group Environmental Consultants, and the reason for the letter is the Kelowna transfer located in Monaca Borough, Beaver County. Dear Mr. Leon, on January 25th, 2019, PADEP issued an Air Quality State Operating Permit, SOOP, for the operation of the Kelowna terminal located off of Pennsylvania Avenue in Monaca Borough. This permit combined two permits at the facility into one. As part of the permit issuance, PADEP requested Kelowna to submit significant permit modification applications to cover all of the activities at the facility that they did not include in the permit. The plant is a terminal that loads and unloads coal and other materials from barges, rail transportation, and trucks, and is classified as a minor source of air pollution. There have been no charges to the facility over the last 10 years, except that Powder River Basin, PRB, coal is no longer shipped at the facility. This notice is being provided in accordance with the municipal notification requirements in 25 PA Code Section 127.413 and 127.541. Anyone wishing to view this application may do so by making arrangements with the PA Department of Environmental Protection's Southwest Regional Office, 400 Waterfront Drive, Pittsburgh, PA 15222, and the phone number is 412-442-4000. Those wishing to make comments to the PA Department on this application must do so within 30 days of receipt of this notice. If you have any additional questions concerning this application, please feel free to contact me at the office. So obviously, this facility raised some contention when they were with the river basin coal and some dust particles. And I just, the sensitivity of the operation down there, I just wanted to make sure in all transparency and disclosure that, for the record, the letter is read. Any residents that want to make any complaints, or if council feels that the borough needs to levy any action in regards to it, we can do so.
Question, Mario. Do you have the date of that letter? It's dated 30 days from the receipt of the letter, or the date of the letter?
Of receipt of this notice. It's a good point, because the letter, no, the letter is dated, I'm sorry, at the top is March 25th, 2019. On January 25th is when the DEP issued the air quality, this action. Letter's dated the 25th, and we received it today.
Thank you.
Any other questions on that? Thank you, Mariana. I need a motion to approve regular meeting minutes of March 12th, 2019 council meeting.
So moved. Michael.
Second.
Second, Councilman Bliniart.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to approve March 19th, 2019 workshop meeting minutes.
So moved, Councilwoman Majors.
Second.
Second, Councilman Borough.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to approve the monthly bills.
So moved, Councilman Wilson.
Second.
So moved, Councilman Bliniart.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Managers report, Mr. Leon.
Thank you, Mr. President. Residents, managers report for this meeting. I have a couple items to report. I don't know if to start with the good news or the great news, and there is no bad news this evening. So first, some of you are already aware that the Borough of Monaca received the Small Government Sector Award in the Pittsburgh Sustainable Challenge. Very proud of this accomplishment. I want to thank the staff and council for all your support and effort in us succeeding. We won it 2 years ago. Last year we were upset by Upper St. Clair, and we were adamant about bringing that title back home. And I just want to thank Brittany and Nick Flores, our NSO officer, had a tremendous amount of effort in it, and as well as all the other borough employees for their effort. The next item that I'd like to bring to your attention, and this is just hot off the press this morning, Monaca Borough was awarded a $1 million CFA multimodal grant, and those monies are allocated for the improvement at the 14th Street intersection. So this is a big kudo, again, council, for your effort and vision for improving the streetscapes of Monaca Borough. That effort and entertaining consultants to work on our behalf, I think it paid a tremendous amount of dividends. Other items that are ongoing in the borough, met with National Fuel actually this morning. They're going to be looking to replace the gas line down at the public boat dock that goes underneath the river and across the Rochester. That work will probably end up taking place in about 2 years from today. But they're going to be doing some preliminary engineering. They have to do some core borings.
The boat dock?
At the boat dock.
Okay, that goes over to Bridgewater. Not Rochester.
It goes to Rochester. Yeah, it goes to Rochester. And then it goes up the left bank of the Beaver River to a point right before Veterans Bridge, and then goes up into Rochester Township. But anyway, they will be doing a core boring in an area in the boat dock. That could be happening here relatively soon. They'll notify the borough when that action takes place. We'll be doing several core borings out in the river as well. So there'll be a barge stage there, and I want to say each core boring in the river is about a 2-day process. But all this activity will be done during daylight hours. No disruption or noise disturbance to any of the residents. I forwarded everyone on council the conceptual for the proposed new municipal complex. Please provide any feedback in regards to it. The next step will be, if that conceptual meets everyone's desire, they will then work on the footprint and the space inside it. Once we work out the layout of the floor plan inside those dimensions, they'll then do the 3D conceptual, what the building would look like from a facade standpoint. Meeting tomorrow with the TIF consultant, so we're keeping that process moving, and he's working on the financial analysis component of that to see what amount of money we'll possibly be able to secure. We anticipate the police cars being delivered at some point this week. We're finalizing the bank financing, and that can happen as soon as tomorrow, and we'll probably pick up the cars the following day. The Water Department and the Public Works Department, Highway, have been working on the Ohio Avenue water line replacement project. On Monday, they installed approximately 120 feet of pipe. Their original goal was 80 feet, so they've exceeded that, and they installed about 100 feet today. So both days they've exceeded their original expectation. It's moving along fantastic. The camaraderie, the guys are working very well together, and they're really enjoying what they're doing because I think they're actually accomplishing something big in a project as opposed to going out and filling potholes and 2 weeks later, weather, pothole, and they're refilling the same pothole. So there's a sense of purpose, and they're excited. Just wanted to report that back to you. Obviously, this work is being conducted next to Councilman Snyder's home. He was out there, and just wanted to share his expressions of the quality of work that they were doing. That he's been watching them, and just wanted everybody on council to know that they're doing an outstanding job. That concludes my report, unless there's any questions on anything that anyone has that may be outstanding.
Derek?
Yes, Borough Manager, I have 2 comments. First, that's good to hear that they had so much, 120 feet, another 100 feet late, especially since there was a major water break on Walnut on Monday. So I appreciate that. I seen the employees up there as the water was coming down the road, but they were running on the spot, immediately took care of that, so I appreciate that. Second comment I'd like to make is in regards to the $1 million grant information you just provided. That is separate from the $4 million received already for the 17th Street
Correct. Yeah.
project, if you can just clarify that.
Yeah. So this grant, it was an original request for $2 million. However, they only funded $1 million of the $2 million request, and this was specifically for the purpose of the improvements of the 14th Street intersection.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Jeff?
Mr. Leon, you said that we're going to post in the next water bill the warnings about solicitors.
Absolutely. That is in print as we speak, and will be inserted into the water bills on Thursday, Friday, and that is on the newsletter.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief.
Okay.
Again.
All right, thanks, Mario. Borough Solicitor's Report, Attorney York.
Thank you, President Boer. I have 2 things to report on. The MOU that I drafted for the police service officer and sent to the Central Valley School District Solicitor. I've gotten no response. So it's still on hold. And secondly, as I've reported before, the Life Steps tax appeal hearing is still set for April 8th at the courthouse.
Any questions?
Just a comment, Rich. I know 2 Wednesdays ago that Central Valley School Board met. They did not have it on their agenda, but I believe they might have spoke about it in executive. So if we could just reach out to their solicitor, just another nudge to let them know that we're still waiting to hear from them.
I'll be happy to do that.
Thank you, Richard.
Okay, thanks, Rich. I need a motion to authorize the purchase and installation of the Soctawa 50 horsepower VFDs for well 13 and 14 in the amount of $6,863 per VFD from DRV Incorporated for the total amount of $13,726.
So moved, Councilman Wilson.
Second.
Second, Councilman Michael.
Any questions? Jeff?
Yes, this is for Mr. Sadaka. 50 horsepower on well 13, is that going to be sufficient? That's what it says here.
I'm sorry, I can't answer that right now. I don't have the
Oh,
information
okay.
in front of me.
All
Sorry
right,
about
I
that.
apologize.
No.
To the best of our knowledge, Mario, that's 50 is good for 13?
Yeah, I believe those numbers were derived from Jared McKay.
Okay.
And I actually have correspondence. I was just gonna verify it, but yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to approve the 2019 YMCA Summer Playground Programs at Washington Avenue and Anaheim Park in the amount of $2,560 per location for a total amount of $5,120.
So moved, Councilman Blunieric.
Second.
Second, Councilman Pearl.
Any questions? Jim?
Did Renee get back, or did we send an email to her as to why downtown wasn't, qualified for the free lunch?
Yeah, I believe there just may have been a miscommunication on it. When she went back and looked, it was qualified. So I'm not real sure how they determined that it wasn't, and it was. And Brittany, I know you spoke to her directly.
It's in the back of the packet. It was an email from her. That's the blurb she wanted to put in the newsletter, but it's not. We couldn't put that big blurb in there, but it does say specifically that all are approved for the food.
Okay, because I noticed like 2 of them were highlighted, but one wasn't, so, okay, very good.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to approve the bid to purchase new server for Borough's cameras in the amount of $10,783.35 from Surveillance Group.
So moved, Councilwoman Majors.
Second.
Second, Councilman Pearl.
Any questions? Jeff?
Is this going to serve all of our cameras? And
All of them.
and we're going to get, it's going to be better pictures, everything, correct?
That's the intent.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Discuss motion, we discussed this a little bit at the last workshop, to approve purchase of a 4-ton hot box from Sealmaster in the amount of $29,427, she has a,
Well,
new would be $29,427, but they have a used one for $19,970. I think we received information by email on this. It's difference between a 2017 and a 2018.
yeah, there's 150 hours on the used machine, which is not really a whole lot of hours on it. This is a piece of equipment that Jake from the Highway Department is strongly recommending council to consider, and his recommendation would be for council to consider the used one at $19,970 with approximately $10,000 savings, and council can use that $10,000 for something of higher priority, and he feels he'll get years of use out of this piece of equipment with only 150 hours on it. Yes.
Has Jake done any type of comparing what the savings will be by having this as opposed to having to go out, get a smaller amount, try to get it here, run back out another time?
Well, yeah, that's the exact reason for this. We can go out in the peat and pick up 10 ton, and sometimes we get a 10-ton load because we don't have a method of keeping it warm. They got to work real quick with it, or they're going to lose a portion of it. So, in theory, if they went out and got the 10-ton, they can tow behind it an additional 4-ton that would stay pliable, and they can even keep it for the next day or whatever. Or if it was a larger project, use the first 10 and then dump that remaining 4-ton, and in essence, in one trip, do 14-ton as opposed to 10, and then having to take another trip. So if they were doing a larger project with 28-ton, they're able to get it in 2 trips as opposed to 3. So there will be a cost savings, and it's an hour away, so it's an hour up, hour back. And then when you get into these facilities, you're not loaded right away. Sometimes you can be in a line and it can be an hour, 2 hours, wait to get loaded. So there's a significant savings, and then obviously while that truck's away, you're potentially losing man hours at the job site because they might be, 3 guys, 4 guys could be waiting for that material to get back. So we see a significant savings in man hours. And then this provides us the ability to do hot patching in the colder weather months. What his intentions will be is to make what he calls kind of like asphalt slabs. He'll run it and chop it in 2 feet sections. And as long as that asphalt is not compacted, it still maintains its resiliency. So these blocks in the wintertime, he can put these 2-foot blocks into the hot box, turn it on, melt it down, and we'll have asphalt readily available to go do restoration work when the plant's maybe closed. So the intention would be to stockpile these blocks before winter in some downtime, and so there's a tremendous amount of savings with this piece of equipment. And in addition to being able to fill the potholes with hot mix as opposed to cold patch, which doesn't adhere as well. So hopefully when we repair the potholes, they'll last longer and we won't be repeatedly.
So in essence, we're paying for this truck over the course of maybe 3 years.
I think it'll pay for itself. Unfortunately, right now I can't say at the time, but after the first year of operation, we'll probably be able to determine the benefit, cost benefit.
Just the savings in cold patch, because cold patch is more expensive than.
Yeah, you're laying that down in the winter, it's going to be.
But it's
And if he gets to 10 ton, he doesn't have to use it. He could bring it back, put it into forms, like he said, and then cut it in 2-3 foot sections and melt it anytime he wants. Jeff?
Yeah, and Jim, just to let you know, for whoever wasn't here, way back here, the cost of that, and Derek, you were here, in comparison to retrofitting a truck, that's a great price. And which brings my question to Mr. Leone. What are the warranties on the used one as opposed to the new one?
Yeah, it's listed here. So the new one was it's a 2-year equipment warranty, lifetime frame, and then it's a 120-day equipment warranty on the used one, and the frame's lifetime.
Derek, do you have something?
Yeah, since it's an additional 4 ton, we can split it up and not wait to have just the peat at one place. With the patch, we can have another, the hot
Good.
box taken somewhere else. You can
Once it's in
start
town,
on both
yeah.
ends and
Mhm.
try to make it faster.
Yes.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion to
Which one, John?
approve the purchase of a 4-ton hot box from Sealmaster, and the used one, in the amount of $19,970?
So moved, Michael.
Second.
Second, Councilman Wilson.
Is there any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
There's no action.
You want to do it under the announcements?
I can't. Yeah.
Citizens' comments, complaints, and compliments. Citizens' comments, complaints, and compliments. What? You?
Well, I'm a citizen also.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put out a compliment.
Okay.
I'd like to thank Mrs. Majors for, I drove down the hill that they took care of today, and after this winter, it looks like $1 million. God bless you for you and what the kids do. Looks great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
You want to explain what you did? Since it got brought up?
Okay. We started with the kids today with community service. I think I had around 8 kids. I was in a different section than they were. And we also have a new supervisor with them. Discipline is much better. This gentleman that is the supervisor came from the Schumann Detention Center. So he's on top of everything with the kids. The work was tremendous. I've never seen Cascade look better than it did today.
That's great.
And we took off, when I left to get to the meeting, we'd already removed 21 33-gallon bags of trash from just the top at Chambers down to the bottom. So they're working very hard. Mr. Bacon will see that I have the kids every Tuesday and Friday, weather permitting. So whatever work we need to get done, we have the kids to work with this year. So, but I was happy to see that. I think the next road we'll tackle, possibly Friday, will be Colonial. That is safe, right, for us to go up there and...
Yeah, you typically close it when you're doing that work.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so it'll be safe.
Yeah, the only thing that was asked for today was, one of the firemen stopped me and asked if we could also notify the fire department in the event of a fire, they know what roads are closed.
I already discussed that with the chief.
Okay.
For Friday anyway. After that, you're gonna have to notify him on the
I'll
next one.
notify, yeah.
And if you coordinate with Gabby or Brittany, and we'll have that put on the website when you're gonna, when you know that you're gonna do it, the alert. And then
Right now, Brittany, we're looking at Friday,
and this
weather
is
permitting.
this is one of those features, and we actually had a telephone conference with the new Civic app application that we're looking to release. And when we do these things, we'll be able to blast immediate notifications that Kelowna Hill's going to be closed for this period, and if we can do it, one of us can do it from our cell phone and get it up. So.
We did have one funny incident today. I guess people just forget the kids are out there to work. And we unloaded the van at the top of Cascade. And I guess there was an elderly woman that was a little bit alarmed and called the police. She thought the kids were there to protest. And then the only thing they were protesting was having to clean up that mess. But they were a good group of kids today. And I'm optimistic for summer, and we'll be getting with you so we know what we can be doing downtown here, and also up at Aniline Park we could get started.
Sounds great.
So,
Thanks for what you do.
thank you.
Derek?
Yes, Councilman Majors, I just have a question, Borough Manager. Who's alerting the school or roads transit in regards to the closures of the roads? Is that our police department, or is that coming through the office? Central High School or
It's-
middle school?
Mr. Wilson, we begin at 5 o'clock, so it does not affect the school buses in town. In the summer, they will start approximately 9:15, 9:30 in the morning. But right now, it's still evening program until they finish, until school is out, and it's after school.
Thank you for the clarification.
Sure.
Citizens, comments, complaints, and compliments. Citizen section is now closed. Mr. Wilson, can you read the announcements, please?
Announcements. April 1st, spring leaf collection begins. April 1st and will continue Monday through April 29th. Again, that's spring leaf collection. April 1st, the street sweeper will run every week in April. The following months, it will run the first Monday of each month.
It's, it's like second.
Second Monday? Okay, so clarification. Street sweeper will run in April every week. The following months, it will run the second Monday of each month. April 11th, first food truck event, Washington Plaza. Times will be 4 to 8. Again, April 11th, first food truck event, Washington Plaza. Times will be from 4 to 8. I believe the food trucks are listed on our website, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Leon, you said you had one.
Yes,
more?
I actually have two items, and I didn't have it in my manager's report, but as I was going through my packet, I found it. So as a procedural, we need to announce that we're going to be applying for a CDBG block grant application for the demolition of 3 properties in Monaca. And the properties are 1302 Pennsylvania Avenue. That is a commercial property that is currently owned by the Borough of Monaca. And the next 2 are residential properties. It's 1235 Washington Avenue, and that is the house that actually was a fire, and it's condemned. The ownership of it, the individual passed, it's in a trust, it's a debacle. We're trying to get funding to have that property raised. And then there's another condemned structure on 808 Beach Street. So for public record, we need to announce that we are applying for grant for these. And then in addition, they have a new policy that everyone has to fill out one of these ethics forms of non-conflict compliance certification. I believe Brittany passed one out to each of you, if you kindly check the box as they apply and sign it, because Nick will have to attach those to the application. And then lastly, we also have another community event that is taking place on April 13th. It's called Communi Cycle. This was a project that several borough employees actually participated on one Saturday, where we went down there and worked on bicycles, and I think we repaired something like 40 bikes. They're going to be distributing the bikes now to kids that need them, and it's going to take place on April 13th at St. John's Church parking lot on 15th Street, and that's from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's it says Friday. No, I apologize. I'm reading this announcement a little bit wrong here. You got to return the forms. The event takes place April 13th from 10 to 12 at the St. John's parking lot.
Okay.
That's it.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved, Michael.
Second?
Second. Councilman LeBron.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all.